If the lighting's a little weird, I'm trying out a new ring light. So, which it's kind of off to the side. This filming setup isn't the best, but we do what we can. I got my ring light from my friend Joe. So if you're watching, Joe, thank you very much. I love you. Mwah. This video is brought to you by the colour pink. And also it's dedicated to my friend Rianne. So Riri, if you're watching this, mwah, I love you as well. Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Natalie and this is the Glitter Bomb. Now it is 20 past midnight and we decided to get all glammed up because, you know what, why the hell not? We're in lockdown for the 8th time or something. Whatever, why not? You want to put makeup on at midnight? Go and put makeup on at midnight. Go for it, girl. Live your best life. I am coming at you today with an unhaul video. I've got quite a few books to unhaul. I didn't realise I had this many. To be honest, because there's so many, I'm just going to jump straight into it. She says probably going to talk for another 5 minutes. The books that I'm unhauling today are split up into 4 different categories. Books that I couldn't get on with and so I DNF'd them. Books that I read and didn't like. Books that I read and won't read again, so I might have liked them but I just, you know, whatever. And books that I haven't read because for whatever reason I've got them but I just don't care, like I'm probably not going to read them. I think that's pretty standard with these unhaul videos. Did I even say what this video was? This is an unhaul video. So I am unhauling. We are having a clear out. We're having a clear out because it's January the 10th. We are not buying any more books because we are saving up for when the Fairy Loot special edition box comes out of From Blood and Ash, because we need that. We need it. Like it's not optional. It's not optional. If you are one of my fellow Poppycast stans, please make yourself known in the comments. I love you. We'll get through this together. We'll get to April together. We can do it and then we'll be able to read and hopefully it's Poppycast Kieran. I can't. No. We're not talking about From Blood and Ash now. We're talking about the books we're unhauling. My first category for books that I'm going to be unhauling is going to be my couldn't get on with and so I DNF'd them. So like I read like a bit and then just couldn't get on with them. The first one is The Power by Naomi Alderman. This book is really good. It's really powerful. I got all the way, I probably got like about 80% in. I just couldn't, I felt like the point was made. The point was made and I just couldn't finish it. So that's going. The next book might cause a bit of controversy. I don't know. I haven't really heard anyone talk about this. Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I probably only got a chapter or 2 into this. I cannot get on with George R.R. Martin's writing. For whatever reason, it just doesn't sit right with me. I read it, I tried to read it probably about 5-6 times. I just don't care. The next book, I feel like it's definitely going to be controversial. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get through it. Again, I really wanted to read this. I tried a few times to read this, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't get on with it. I don't know whether it was the writing, I don't know whether it was the subject matter. It was really heavy, which really, it's upsetting. Like I'm upset at myself for not finishing it, but you know, it is what it is. The next category is books that I haven't read and I won't read because I don't care. Sounds really bad. So the first book is Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've heard really good things about this book, but I am, especially at the moment, I'm in a fantasy phase. I'm reading probably 99% fantasy at the moment, just because like the world's gone to shit and I just cannot be bothered to read anything other than mindless escapism. And this is just, it's a contemporary. It's a romance, you know, romances are good, but I'm not in the mood for it. I might read this someday, but for now it's going. I just don't care. If you watched my earlier videos, you would have heard me talking about getting secondhand books from Amazon, just because they're cheaper and stuff. And I had loads of books on my wish list for ages and ages. And this is one of the books that I picked up. It's an ex-library book, so I ripped the cover off because it was those weird plastic book sleeves that libraries, like those weird plastic book sleeves that libraries put on, that it was just nasty. It was just gross. So this is The Lesser Bohemians by Emma McBride. Thank you, Lancashire County Library, but I'm just not going to read this. This is one of those books that the premise sounded really, really interesting, but I mean, I've had this on my shelf for I don't even know how long, and I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it, so it's going. The next one is of a similar vein. It's one that I bought on Amazon Marketplace donkeys years back, and I'm just not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. The Passion of New Eve by Angela Carter. I'm not super into adult fiction. I can't get on with it. Unless it's fantasy. I like adult fantasy, or some adult fantasy. I mostly read new adult fantasy. I'm kind of over YA, which I never thought I'd hear myself say. The next book I'm unhauling is The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Page. This is a sequel to Dorothy Must Die, which I didn't like. So why I bought the sequel, I do know why I bought the sequel, because it was £1. I was thinking, oh, I'll buy The Wicked Will Rise, maybe it'll get better in the second book, but I haven't read it. And I'm not gonna read it. I know I'm not gonna read it, so I don't know why it's sitting on my shelf. The last book in this category is The Empress Babe by Bernardine Evaristo. Again, it says it's a novel, it's written in prose. I'm not here for it. I would love to be one of those readers that can sink into a trippy dippy adult fantasy and really understand the depths of which this writer is trying to communicate with you from. But that's not me. I'm not that person. Give me witches and dragons. I'm a happy bunny. Woohoo! Last category. The last category I've accidentally mixed up because I didn't realise that there were 2 different categories. I said there were 4 categories. I've sectioned them off into 3 categories and I'm too lazy to break it up now. So we're just gonna squish them together and just do them as one category. So these are the books that I've read and I either liked them, but I'm not gonna read them again, or I didn't like them. The first book is A Shade of Vampire by Bella Forrest. It was pretty good. Like, it's just like, it's a vampire book. You know, it's not very long, 250-ish pages. It was alright, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The reason I'm getting rid of it, and the reason I'm not carrying on with this series, is because there's something stupid like 85 books. I don't think it is 85, I'll put the actual number on the screen, but there's a lot of them, and I don't have the patience, the money, or just the to give to read all of these books. I don't care. So I liked it, it was good, I read it, let's go. The next book is a non-fiction, which is #Girlboss by Sophia Amoruso. I bought this because I liked Girlboss the series on Netflix. I say I liked it, it was okay. I bought this to kind of accompany it. Oh, I don't often donkey in my pages. I got to page 209 out of 240 and I'm not going to finish it. So actually this goes in the DNF pile. The next book is the 5th season. Oh god, I almost hit myself in the face. The next book is The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. I somehow ended up with 2 copies of this. Don't ask me, I don't know. So I haven't actually read this, so it doesn't belong in this category at all. What is wrong with me? I don't have any opinion on it either way. I'm going to read it, but I don't need 2 copies of the same book. And it's not even just 2 copies, it's 2 exact same copies, like 2 paperbacks with the little non-sticker sticker on it. The next book is When We Were Animals by Joshua Gaylord. I actually quite like this book, even though it's adult fiction, and I was just like, oh, I don't like adult fiction, but apparently I do because I like this one. I don't know. So yeah, so I liked it, but I'm just not gonna read it again. The next one is The Gilded Ones by Namina Fauna. I liked it. It was all right. It didn't blow me away. I have no desire to keep it. It's well loved. I carry my books around in my bag with me. I didn't even realise book sleeves were a thing before about 3 months ago. It's a bit tatty. If anybody wants to trade for a tatty copy of The Gilded Ones, just let me know. That's one thing I didn't say actually. All of these books are going to be listed on Depop. However, my booktube and book Twitter community is going to get first refusal on them. So just hit me up if there's anything you like, if there's anything you see, you want to trade, you want to buy. Some of them are going to be just postage because I can't justify, like probably these ones. These ones are going to be just postage. because I can't justify asking people for money for them because they're so tattered and like gross. There's other ones that'll be just postage, but... And then if necessary, message me on Twitter or leave a comment down here. I'll link my Depop below. The next book that I am unhauling is The Programme by Suzanne Young. This is another ex-library copy. I think I gave it 3 stars. 3 stars. I don't know when I stopped enunciating. The next 2 books, actually. Next 2 books are Delirium and Pandemonium. I have a paperback and a hardback because, again, Amazon Marketplace. You never quite know what you're gonna get. I bought this from Amazon Marketplace. It came with this cover. I wasn't expecting it, but I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And then this arrived when I purchased Pandemonium, even though it said it was gonna look like this. I don't want them because they're 2 separate copies. They're 2 different editions, and just who wants that in their life? But also, I kind of liked this. It was pretty good. I don't think I'd like it now. At the time when I read it, I enjoyed it. And this, I got about 50 pages in and I don't like it. The next book is one of the last ones I finished, actually. Push by Sapphire. If you've ever seen Precious, the movie, this is the book that it's based off, that film's based off. It was good. It was pretty good. I gave it, I think, 4 stars. It was very hard-hitting, very hard-hitting. It's quite heavy, so I'm not going to read it again, so I might as well just give it away. Give it away to make someone else miserable. The next book is The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. Next up, I have 4 mangas. So I've got 1 and 2 of Alice on Deadlines, Moon Phase, and Tactics. The next book is Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. I love Louise O'Neill's writing. I think she's a fantastic writer. The first book of hers I ever read was Only Ever Yours. If you haven't read it, oh my god, honestly, please go and check it out. It's so good. It's about girls who've been like genetically engineered to be perfect, and like that's their only goal in life. She's a feminist writer. Her books are really heavy and hard-hitting, but I found Only Ever Yours to be hard-hitting in a really subtle way. Like it was after I read it, I was a bit like, oh my god, that was amazing. But it really kind of made me think. However, this is really good. Her writing's still amazing. Louise O'Neill's is still a genius. It's so, like, trigger warnings, trigger warnings, trigger warnings. That's all I can say. It was so insanely heavy. I needed to watch a Disney film after. Louise O'Neill is a brilliant writer, but if you're after something light and fluffy and escapisty, is that what I'm trying to say? Not for you. Not for you. So, next book is The Fifth Wave, which I read and I liked. It was pretty good. Movie's trash. Don't talk to me about the film, please. I beg of you. The Fifth Wave, the book, is really good. I actually really enjoyed this. And so I picked up The Infinite Sea, waited too long to read it, so I haven't read this one. And now I'm just like, I'm not gonna read it. I don't care. Like, I have absolutely no desire to read The Infinite Sea. I'm just gonna go with my fond memories from The Fifth Wave, and we're just gonna pretend that this never happened. There we go. We like The Fifth Wave. We like it. We have happy memories of reading this, and we're just gonna pretend that there's nothing in the back there. So then the last book that I'm getting rid of is The Jewel by Amy Ewing. Ewing? Possibly Ewing. At the time, I really liked it. Am I going to read the sequel? Probably not. That is everything for my early 2021 unhaul. I really want to start vlogging. I vlogged some footage probably about 2 weeks ago, and then shit happened and we went into lockdown. I haven't read at all. It has not been a good start to the year for me, but we are optimistic. We persevere. And if you are struggling, feel free to hit me up. I am really bad at replying to people, actually, but at least I'm honest about it. I will get back to you eventually. If you want to chat, or if you want to lament, or if you just need someone to talk to, I'm here. We will get through this, my darlings, but we will get through it together. 2021, we are coming for you. Even though we're 10 days into it already. We're fashionably late, but we're here. I love you guys. And I will see you in my next video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. If I get to, or when I get to 100 subscribers, there will be a little giveaway. So I don't know what that noise was. Sounded like one of the little things from Breath of the Wild. Do you know what I'm talking about? The ha 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 ha. The chiric chiric. Bye. Peace.